أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi jameen, and thank you very much for joining this session number 3 and for this course and session number 31 since we started Quranic Arabic. Alhamdulillah, we are progressing well. We are going to complete the first unit soon and then get into unit 2. Unit 2 will be interesting, but then we'll get into verbs. Initially it'll be easier, but later on, of course, things will get a little complicated. We are finding some of the aspects which we are covering a little difficult because we are going to the advanced level of nouns. We are just completing the discussion now. In any case, let's begin with dua. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآله اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين أبدا اللهم أخرجنا من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمنا بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل على محمد وآله. So I'm glad to see that people are still submitting their homework, which is good. I encourage all of you to do homework, but if you would like to submit, we will have a look at it and send you our comments. This time, 3 people submitted the homework. Since you submitted, I will try to, inshallah, send you my comments. But you are, and based on the homework, it seems that no, the concepts are being understood in most cases. No, but we look at the smaller details there. So this is the homework, right? Let us try to answer the homework together and understand this thing. Now you need the Quran because we are going to open the verses. Just because I wanted to put the homework within one slide, so I did not write all the verses, but just highlighting them. Okay. So first was find 3 examples in the Quran where the iqlab of letter mim appears. Remember we last time So I told you Minbar and Anbiya, right? So of course, all those verses which have the word Anbiya can be considered. But here is, for example, what I've done is that this is I've taken a picture of a page of the Quran. This is Surah Al-Ma'idah, number 5, verses 17 all the way to 22, 23, I think, 23 about now, 17, 23. So you can see here that there is here, you'll find here that they show it. So if you see in verse number 19, here you can see Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Here is Anbiya, right? You can see is Ja'ala fikum Anbiya. You see this is Ja'ala fikum Anbiya. This line is ayat number, for example, 20. Is qala Musa liqawmi ya qawmi uskuru ni'matallahi alaykum is ja'ala fikum anbiya. So it is anbiya, but anbiya. Now, of course, on the website you'll just find anbiya, not anbiya, because when they type those things, people just do this thing. This is extra effort they need, so they don't do it. But in the prints of the Quran is there. And not only that, even before that, for example, if you look at ayat number 19, Bismillah, Ya Ahl al-Kitabi, قد جاءكم رسولنا يبين لكم على فترة من الرسول أن تقولوا ما جاءنا من بشير. You can see min, and there is a small mim here, min bashirin. See, so nun sakin or tanmeen followed by ba. Either nun sakin or tanmeen when followed by ba, there is iqlab of nun to mim. So, Antakulu ma ja'ana min bashirin. No, it's not min bashir, but min bashirin. Okay, so ayat number 19 as well as ayat number 20 here, as we said. You can see ayat number 19 and 20. Right? So this is it. Yes, Sister Yasmin?
So what about Gulfatum?
What are you asking? Which one?
So I found like chapter 4, verse 155.
Yeah, I saw your answer. That's correct. Yeah.
That's correct. Okay, fine.
Yeah. That's what here in these verses. No, of course. any three, right? It doesn't mean there are many. We just ask you to do any three. So I'm just trying to just share with you 5, which I have just about highlighted, or 4 only. But yeah, I saw some of your answers are correct, no, because you understand the concept, as you can see. So this is it. In this case, you can see ayat number 19, there is not one Anbiya. There's not one the word mimbar, but just Ja'ana min bashirin. From min bashir. It is min bashirin. Okay. Then we got ayat number 17, Surah Al-A'raf, right? Bismillah. Thumma la ta'tiyannahum min bayni aydihim. The shaitan was trying to say that I'm going to come in front of them. ثم لآتينهم من بين أيديهم ومن خلفهم وعن إيمانهم وعن شمائلهم. Shaitan says to Allah that now that you have taken me out of Jannat and I was not done because I did not do sajda of Adam. So he says in revenge that I'm going to mislead. No, I'm going to come to the human beings. ثم لآتينهم. I'm going to come to these human beings in front of them, or min khalfim, and behind them, on aymanim, on the right, on shama'ili, right? So you can see min bayni. So it is min bayni, but it's min bayni. You see this here? So we put this small m here. You can see. So min bayni, you can see it, right? It doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't highlight. I don't know why. Okay. So you can see mim bayni aydihim. So this is now online. When I took this ayat from online, there was no mim here. But then of course I had to add manually. But it appears, it is mim because mim bayni aydihim. And then of course this Surah Yasin, all of us know this ayat number 9. Bismillah waj'alna mim bayni aydihim. Again, same mim bayni. وَجَعَلْنَا بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ سَدًّا وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ سَدًّا فَغْشَيْنَاهُمْ. We created the barrier in front of them, behind them, فَغْشَيْنَاهُمْ, and covered them, فَهُمْ لَا يُبْصِرُونَ, so that they don't see. So this, of course, cover in front and back. This is a symbolic way of saying that when people are blind, they do not see. But the idea is that these are the examples with Qur'an. And many of you in your answers in your homework, you've given other examples. They're all correct as long as there is ba is preceded by either nun sakin or tanmeen. As long as ba is preceded by nun sakin or tanmeen, then the iqlab will happen. Okay? But strictly, this is tajweed rule. Yeah, it's not just because we just discussed. I just thought this is tajweed rule. Okay. So, any questions as far as this question is concerned? Number 1. Anybody has any questions? Any clarifications? Okay, so good. I know that this is simple, but keep in mind that it's a tajweed rule, which we just came across it, and I just thought that I'll give you. Okay, then this is, of course, interesting. Highlight letters of Arab in 2063. The letters of Arab. We say that the Arab can be either with vowels, fatha, kasra, dhamma, or it can be alif, nun, right, or waw, nun, or ya, nun, right? We say. So now we are going to highlight letters of Arab in these verses. Qalu in hadhani lasahirani. You see? So in hadhani, these two, in hadhani lasahirani, that they are magicians. No? So hadhani refers to two. This is dual. So dual is defined by alif and nun. So this alif and nun is letters of Arab. Hadhani, the dual. Hadhani and the Sairani. These are what magicians. Yes, sorry?
What about the Yuridani?
Yuridani will not come here because remember we are trying to say that what we want the letters of Arab on nouns, right?
Oh.
Yuridani is I know some of you read, but Yuridani is what Yuridani is a verb. So yes, it refers to dual that they wish two of you know. But keep in mind that we are doing just Arab on nouns. Now our focus has been noun right from the beginning, right? As I said that inshallah soon we are going to get into verbs. Okay? So these two. And then in this ayat, in tusmu illa man yu'minu bi ayatina hum muslimuna. You can say muslimuna. So muslimuna, this waw and noon are what the signs of Arab. These are the letters of Arab, which is of course referring to nominative, okay, which is marfu. And then Jannatani an yamin wa shimali. Jannatani again, two Jannahs. So this is alif and nun. This is for what dual. So this is dual case, this is plural case, this is dual and dual. You can see letters of Arab are alif nun, waw nun, alif nun, or ya nun. But we don't have the example of that. So this is also straightforward. Many of you got it correctly. Now, of course, the third one was a little complicated, and we'll do together because you'll find that the feminine nouns ending with alif and ta. This is feminine nouns, right? Ending this. But whether it is accusative or genitive, in both cases is alif and ta. So we have to know in the context whether this is accusative or genitive. Now, both of us we have done accusative and genitive. Genitive, we say it comes because of there's a preposition or mudaf ilayh, right? Either there's a preposition or there is a possessive phrase, right? Then it is genitive. And accusative is because we did all those cases earlier. Remember in lesson 22, we did all those cases, 6 or 8 cases when accusative is there because of object, nahal, and no direct object. Remember? So let us look at this thing. So let us open ayat number 29, Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay. Now I did not put the ayat here on the slide. I just put the reference. Okay. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. You go to ayat number 29. It says Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا ثم استوى إلى السماء فسواهن سبع سماوات. سبع سماوات. This is the feminine ending with alif. Samawatin, you can see. Now, samawatin here can be either accusative or genitive. Remember we said. Now, how do we know whether it's accusative or not? So in this case, I will say that it is what? Genitive. Does anyone know why? Sab'a samawatin?
Why is it genitive? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
The case ending is kasra, tanween, and then there's alif before that, prior to that.
Yeah, so that is a sign of Arab. Right? There's a sign of genitive, but why it is genitive? That is a sign of what either genitive or accusative. But why it is genitive? Because of sab'a samawatin, 7 heavens. So it is like 7 heavens. This is mudaf ilayh, sab'a samawatin. Even suppose it so. فَسَوَّهُنَّ سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ, and fashion it into 7 heavens. So it is, it is accusative. No, not genitive, it is accusative. سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ, because it is an object. فَسَوَّهُنَّ سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ, you can see. And then he fashioned into 7 heavens. You can see سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ. He fashions فَسَوَّهُنَّ, it's a direct object. سَوَّهُنَّ سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ. So it is, it's genitive. Sab'a samawatin, I'll say it's genitive. No, it's not accusative, it's genitive. Sab'a samawatin, because 7 heavens. Sab'a, it's mudaf ilayh, sab'a samawatin. Okay. So this samawatin is, of course, as you said, feminine, noun ending with alif and ta. You can see ta samawatin. But is it accusative or genitive? In this case, it is genitive because of sab'a samawatin, 7 heavens. Okay. Then if you go to 299, the same surah, if you go to ayat number 299, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, right, it says what? That وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ آيَاتٍ بَيِّنَاتٍ. Okay, now this is, of course, accusative because it is object. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ. We have certainly sent down, آيَاتٍ بَيِّنَاتٍ, manifest signs. So we have sent down. So this is what sent down is an objective, right? Object. So it is what it is ayat bayinatin. Although it is ayat bayinatin, but it is accusative. Because accusative and genitive both are referred as alif kasratain. Yes, Sister Samina?
For 229, is it fil ardi? Fil ardi, because it has preposition genitive.
No, yeah, but fil ardi, of course, you can see the question is what? The question is No, have feminine ending with alif and ta kasratain. Fil ardi, you're right, is genetic, because fi is a preposition, ardi is correct. But that is not our question. The question is to highlight, to find out that in all these cases,
Oh.
is alif followed by ta kasratain. So ardi does not have that thing. We are trying to say that only alif followed by kasratain will be same whether it's genitive or accusative. The Arab will be same for both genitive and accusative. But we have to know the context. Is this a genitive or accusative? So in this case, for example, in 29, it was genitive because it was mudaf ilayh, sab'a samawati. While in 99, it is object. Because Allah said, وَلَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ آيَاتٍ بَيِّنَاتٍ. We have certainly sent down to you manifest signs, right? Ilayka. So manifest signs here is accusative because it's an object. Allah has sent down the manifest signs, right? Object is, you can see object is what where the action is being done. So we have sent down. So this is what accusative. Okay. So it will be same whether genitive accusative, the Arab will be same. For alif, any word which is ending, feminine noun which are ending with alif and ta, there will be no, whether it's accusative or genitive, it will always be alif and ta kasratain. But we have to see the context to be able to know whether it's accusative or genitive. Okay, that was the homework. So we look at 22, now 22:16.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
I just got a little confused because we have ayat and bayinat, and I looked at ayat as one of the words and then bayinat as another for seeking which one is accusative or genitive. So I thought ayat in that particular constant instance is accusative, it's an object, and bayinat I thought was mudaf ilay, so I thought that was genitive. So am I looking this all completely wrong?
No.
Are they?
Okay. Ayat in bayinat. First of all, did you understand that ayat is object?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So that is
as long as you understood that ayat is object, right? And that's why it is kasratain, because it is object. Okay. Now
Yes.
bayinat is what? What is bayinat?
Clear, something that is you're adding to
but
what ayat is.
what part of speech is it?
Clarifying it.
Is it adjective, right? Is the adjective
Correct,
of the
sorry, it's
ayat?
adjective. Yes.
Yeah, adjective is something which what clarifies. You see? So bayinatin is also kasratain because of
Which follows,
ayatin.
yeah.
Adjective follows the noun.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Okay, fair enough. So it's not
Okay,
like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
breaking it down because they're assigned together. We're focusing on the first one.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
ayatin is objection, bayinat, no? Ayat bayinat. So bayinat
Ayat
is
bayinat.
clarifying the ayat.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Musalat, go ahead.
No, so it is accusative, this one?
Sorry?
Is it genetic or accusative?
Ayat in bayinat, no, ayat bayinat is accusative. Because ayatin is object. وَلَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ آيَاتٍ. Even forget about bayinat just now. Even the ayat itself can stop there. وَلَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا, indeed we have revealed to you the signs, right? So signs are object. And because object, it has to be accusative, right? Because we already covered in lesson 22, if you see there are 8 different kind of cases of accusative. No, one of them is object, right? And then ayatin. And bayinat is adjective, is just clarifying what kind of verses were there. Manifest verse, no? So because an adjective always follows the noun, in case, in gender, in number, right? So ayatin is plural, which is accusative. Bayinat is also plural, and also is feminine, and also in this case will be accusative because it follows, right? Did you understand that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's not genitive, it's accusative. Now we go to Surah 22, which is Al-Hajj, ayat number 16. We will come across this again when we get into when we come to verbs, again you will see with verbs come object, you know. So 22:16, Surah number 2, ayat 16, Al-Hajj. Bismillah ar-Rahman. وَكَذَلِكَ أَنزَلْنَاهُ آيَاتٍ بَيِّنَاتٍ. Same thing, see. وَكَذَلِكَ أَنزَلْنَاهُ آيَاتٍ بَيِّنَاتٍ. Again, this is also what? Accusative. No. Thus we have sent it down as clear signs. So كَذَلِكَ, and thus أَنزَلْنَا, we have revealed, أَنزَلْنَاهُ, we have revealed it, no? Sent it down. Ayatin. This ayat is an object of anzalna. No, what has Allah revealed? Allah has revealed ayat, signs. And then bayinat is again adjective of ayat. No? So like the way ayat, but they are all accusative because they follow. The adjective follows the noun in what in gender, in case, and also in number, right? In plural of singular. No? Ayat and bayinat, it follows. It is the same case, not very true. Then we go to 23:15. 23:51, sorry. Bismillah. Ya ayyuha rasulu kulu min at-tayyibat. So min at-tayyibat, you can see. It is at-tayyibat, again alif. Here before ba, alif is just on a short alif on ba. But again, it is same case, no? Because original was tayyibatin. It became a tayyibati because of alif lam, because of definite, right? So tayyibati also is a feminine which ends with alif and ta, but here it is tayyibati, because of what? On account of preposition, you can see. Allah says, ya ayyuhar kulu min tayyibati. Eat from the pleasant things. Min. So because of min, which is a preposition, here tayyibat is what? Genitive. It's not accusative, it's genitive. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, Samsara.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't remove that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so yeah, so it is min tayyibat. Okay, and the trick here is you can see by tayyibat, there is after ba there is no alif, but there's a short alif on ba. Okay, so this is just a tricky way of writing. This is in Quran you find this kind of things. But as I said, it should be ending with alif and ta. It does end in alif and ta. Okay, tayyibat. So it was also that kind of tricky thing, no? Which is a good example. Again, we go to Surah 24, next Surah, Nur. We go to Surah 24, first ayat, right? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Suratun anzalnaha wa fardnaha wa anzalna fiha ayatin bayinatin. So again, anzalna fiha ayatin bayinatin. You can see. So again, anzalna is this object of what anzalna. We have revealed sent it down, and ayat bayinat same in all these cases. Ayat bayinat, no. So we have sent it down. You can see again it is accusative, but this is accusative because it is an object. Anzalnahu 21. Okay, and then we go to 24:1, and the same surah we go to 34. لَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكُمْ آيَاتٍ بَيِّنَاتٍ. Again, in all these cases, you can see it is same. لَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكُمْ, because it is what we have sent down. And here, what signs ayat is all object of this anzalna, of the verb anzalna, we have sent down. And bayinat, of course, is adjective of ayat, so it follows ayat. Okay. And then, of course, 27:12, we go to Surah 27, ayat 12. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I hope you are opening the Quran and keeping in front of you. Otherwise, you won't understand because they will not put the verses on the slide. You will just put the reference. Bismillah. Adkhala yadaka fi jaybika takhruj bayda'a min ghayri su'in fi tis'i ayatin. So you can see fi tis'i ayatin. This is genitive because fi is a preposition, and then tis'i ayatin mudaf ilayh, no. Tis'i ayatin, and 9 signs, no. So this is what it is genitive. It is the ayat. And then the last example, 66:8. Bismillah ar-Rahman Ya ayyuhallazina amanu tubu ila Allahi tawbatan nasuha asa rabbukum an yukaffir ankum sayi'atikum wa yadkhilukum jannatin, you can see. So that and admit you into gardens. So admit you into gardens. Yadkhilukum jannatin, jannat here is object. So the direct enter and admit, or enter you into what gardens. So here garden is object, and that's why it is accusative. So this was a revision of what we have done earlier about accusative and the case of accusative. This was covered in lessons. Let me show you just very quickly. I've not deleted them. Quite at the end. You see, lesson 22. If you see here as well, you can see accusative of nouns. So if you revise about lesson 22, we have covered that. What is object and where it is accusative. Okay. Any questions before we come out from this homework? And since three of you sent, inshallah, I'll send you my comments. But this is what explain. Of course, you can. The first question, people have a different kind of answer because you're supposed to do any three cases of iqla. So there are many cases of iqla in the Quran. We just have chosen here 4 here. What is?
I have a question, please.
We go to the next slides.
I have a question.
Okay. So this slide we completed last week. Any questions? Lesson 23, we completed this 4, right? This is this is what we're talking about. Just now the homework was talking about point number 2. I'rab indicated by either letters waw, noon, ya noon, alif noon, right? This is what we were talking about here earlier when we were doing this thing. This is, you see, this is the Arab. Alif noon, waw noon, alif noon. So it couldn't be about this thing, or it couldn't also ya noon. You can see. These are the examples. Right? And the same examples we can see are also mentioned in this homework. And we also discussed about dual, we discussed this thing before last week. And then when nouns in dual form ending with ya sakin and sakin indicate either accusative or genitive. So you can see, as we said, that it can be either accusative or genitive, but we have to see the context, whether it's accusative or genitive. Okay. Now we go to the next slide of the same lesson, okay, and we complete. Feminine nouns ending with alif and ta, right, is in nominative form. For example, ayatum bayinatun. Ayatum bayinatun. Do you see? So we discussed this thing, right? This is in nominative form. And we discussed also about iqla, right? Feminine nouns ending with alif and kasratain is indication of accusative or genitive forms, right? All these examples we took just now, 229, 299, 216, all these examples we looked just now, right, in the homework. So you can see feminine nouns ending with alif is indication of accusative or genitive. Now you can see, but this you have to see, as you can see, not for the dual and plural, masculine, feminine, the Arab are same for accusative and genitive. It needs to be determined by looking at the context of the sentences. That's what we are doing it. Now that we're looking at the context of is this kasratain or the matain. Okay, so whether it is accusative or genitive, whether it is not a position or it's because of object. So that's what we're trying to say. So you can see that feminine nouns ending in alif and ta is an indication of accusative or genitive form. But you can see that it needs to be determined by looking at the context of the sentence, right? Just a moment, let me just correct this thing. Okay, so now lesson 23. The author does not use the words. Now this is it. Last week somebody asked this question and she was correct. You can see the author does not use the words nominative, accusative, genitive. We have been using this thing, but this was not appear in our text. So she was right that she could not find this thing. Instead, she writes, for example, nouns in the dual form ending with yasakinun indicate a fatha or a kasra. Do you see? So this is how she puts, instead of saying accusative or genitive, she says, and indicate a fatha or a kasra. Do you see this thing? So the author does not use the word nominative, accusative, and genitive. Instead, she writes, so this is I'm quoting her. Nouns in the dual form ending with ya sakin and nun kasra indicate either a fatha or a dhamma. You see? On the next page, she writes, nouns in the plural for ending with no, in the plural for ending with waw, nun indicate dhamma. Right? This is like saying that nouns in the dual form ending with no indicate accusative and or genitive. So what we are trying to say is that she has avoided using those terminologies of accusative, genitive, and nominative. We are using it because most of the textbooks use it. So either you can use those words or you can use the what Arabic words. For example, marfu or mansub or majroor. Right? Marfu is what nominative, and mansub is accusative, and majroor is genitive. Okay? So this is just a kind of we are trying to say that you might find that that she is not using this thing. Why we are using it? Because most of the texts will. Not that for dual plural masculine are same. For example, in 6.1, as-zulumati, as-samawati are accusative, they are direct objects. In 233, as-samawati is genitive because it is mudaf ilayh, ghaib as-samawati. So let us look, for example, if you look at 6.1, right? If you open ayat number 1, surah number 6, right? Surah Al-An'am. Ayat number, surah number 6, ayat number 1.
Which one number 2, sir?
The first ayat, right? You can see, A'udhu billahi minash shaitan, bismillah. Alhamdulillah alladhi khalaqa as-samawati wal-ardi wa ja'ala adh-dhulumati wal-arda wa ja'ala adh-dhulumati wan-nura thumma alladhina kafaru bi rabbihim ya'dilun. See, interesting thing is, look at this thing. Alhamdulillah alladhi, praise be to Allah, alladhi khalaqa as-samawati, who created the heavens, wal-arda. Did you see? Who created the heavens and the earth. So heavens and earth are what? Are the objects, right? Allah is the subject. The verb is khalaqa, creation, and the object is what? Heavens and the earth. But did you see? Arda has a fatha, right? Samawat has what? A kasra. Do you see? So this samawat here is accusative. Because accusative is represented by alif and ta kasra. So accusative, how do we know? We know because of the context that it is an object. Are you with me? So you can see the next one is earth, which has already a fatha, which is accusative, which is easy to know. But only when it comes to feminine cases which ends with alif and ta, it is tricky. That there will be ta kasra, but that ta kasra could either, alif ta kasra could either indicate accusative or genitive. In this case, it is accusative because it's object, direct object, right? On the other hand, if you look at ayat number 33, surah Surah Al-Baqarah, right? So let's go to Surah Al-Baqarah and go ayat number 33, right? If you look at that ayat, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, right? قال يا آدم أنبئهم بأسمائهم فلما أنبأهم بأسمائهم قال ألم أقل لكم إني أعلم غيب السماوات والأرض. You see, this here, غيب السماوات والأرض, this is genitive. And that is why you can see even not only samawat has a kasra, but even earth has a kasra. Do you see? In the earlier case, earth had a fatha, right? Because it was an object, it was accusative. In this case, غيب السماوات means the knowledge of the unseen, right? Unseen. So knowledge of the unseen is mudaf ilayh. غيب السماوات والأرض. Do you see? So here earth has a kasra and ta also has a kasra because this is genitive. Earlier it was accusative, that's why ta had a kasra because that's how accusative is represented, but dad has a fatha. Are you with me? Any questions? It's an important concept. I hope you understood. If you have not understood, please ask me. It's a very important concept. What I'm trying to say, that feminine nouns ending with alif and ta are always in accusative genitive form always have alif and ta kasra, irrespective. How do we know whether it is accusative genitive? You have to see the context. So in this case, it is what genitive because it's ghaibas samawati, knowledge or no of the unseen, right? Know the ghaibas samawati. So he's, you can say alimul ghaib. What is it? The three that inni alamu, I know the unseen of the heavens. No, so of the heavens, unseen of the heavens. Ghaibas samawati, unseen of the heavens. You can say mudaf mudaf ilayh. Yes, Sister Yasmin.
So between Gaiba and Samawati, there's an alif there, and that's why it's genitive also. That's part of the reason as well, right? Gaiba.
Sorry, what is the question? Between?
So between Gaiba and Samawati, there's an alif there.
No, that ghaibas, no, alif is as-samawat. That is just alif is of definite.
Okay,
No, what we are trying to say is that you can see ta has a kasra
right.
and dad has a kasra. Ghaibas samawat wal ard. That means no. Inni alam, I know unseen of the heavens and the earth. So unseen of the heavens and the earth is mudaf ilayh, is a possessive. Unseen of, remember, of is the possession.
Yeah.
No, book of Allah, kitab Allah, right? So ghaibas samawati is mudaf ilayh. So this is genitive.
Okay.
But earlier, what we so the case that was accusative because it is no khalakas what samawat wal arda. So what arda you can see, but here it is samawati wal ardi because it is what it is genitive mudaf ilayh.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Any clarification? Anybody? Okay, good. I hope you understood. So this completes lesson 23, which we started last week, and also 23 completed. And we also, the homework which we did was now, of course, let us open the text because you can see the text has exercise on page. Now, I will request you to please participate as much as possible, and let's see if you understand the concept. So if you go to page 84, 85, at the end of this chapter 23, okay, at the end of page 20, lesson 23, pages 84 and 85, you can see she has given 22 different examples, but it says indicate the era by letters in the proper context. By letters, no. So you can see innaka laminal mursalin. Now remember we said Arab of letters, here it is, right? Here it is, we said Arab of letters, you can see. You see, Arab can be either fatha kasra or Arab of letters. Waw and Nun, Ya and Nun, Alif and Nun. These are Arab of letters. Okay, these are not. So she's asking now that indicate the Arab of letters in the proper context. So innaka laminal mursalin. So it is, first of all, what are the letters of the Arab? Anybody?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Ya sakin and nun fatha, right? These are letters of Arab, right? Ya sakin and nun fatha. Innak lamina mursalin. Now, is it accusative or genitive?
Genitive? Accusative.
Oh, accusative. Accusative.
Sorry, what page is it on?
Page 84 of the text. End of lesson 23. Page 84, end of lesson 23. Innaka lamina mursalin. So letters of Arab are what? Ya sakin and nun fatha. Are you all with me? Mursalin.
Yeah.
Is this accusative or genitive?
Genitive.
It's genitive. Why?
It's controlled by innaka.
No.
That was
Because of what?
preposition.
Because of min. Lamina mursal. La min.
Position, right?
La min. You can see la min is indeed from. So min is a preposition, right? Innaka, this is the, this is from Surah Yasin, right? Yasin or Quran Hakim. Innaka laminal mursaleen. Indeed, you are amongst the messengers. So innaka, indeed, lam. This is a extra emphasis. Now, one of the causes why Surah Yasin was revealed is because people objected to the Risala, to the prophethood of Muhammad. They doubted, they objected. So the whole surah is answering that objection. So Allah starts by saying, Yasin, wal Quran Hakim, innaka lamin muslim. Yasin, by the Quran which is full of wisdom. Allah says, indeed you are undoubtedly amongst the messengers. So innaka, surely you, innaka, O Muhammad, surely you, la is of emphasis. Min, la mina. So min is preposition. Mursaleen. So this is now ya sakin and nun is the letters of what Arab, and it is on account of what min. It is genitive. Okay, mursaleen. Because it could be also, but this is genitive because of min. Okay. The lamin is la plus min. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Any questions?
So,
Clear. Okay. So lam is of emphasis, and there is a preposition min. Mursaleen is messengers. No, mursaleen. So mursalun, mursaleen. Here is mursaleen because and the letters of indication for Arab are ya and nun, because among the messengers, and it is genitive because of preposition min. Okay, we go to the next. Wallahu waliyul mu'mineen. Wallahu waliyul mu'mineen. What are the letters of Arab?
yeah. Very good. Dapat din.
The Yanun.
Yeah, and nun.
Yeah, ya and nun again, right? Mu'mineen. So mu'mineen, ya and nun. Allah waliyul. Okay. And what is this? Again, is it genitive or accusative?
Genitive.
Genitive.
It is genitive. Why?
Because it's mudaf ilayh.
Very good, yeah. Son. See, this is what we understood. Allah, indeed, Allah is waliyul mu'mineen. What is the meaning of waliyul mu'mineen? The master or the wali of the believers, right? So this preposition, mudaf ilayh. Wali of the believers. Wallahu, well, Allah is the one who is the friend of the believers or the guardian of the believers. Okay. So as believers, Allah says, don't worry, I'm here. No. Wallahu waliyul mu'mineen. Allah is the one who is the wali, is the master or a friend, no, of the believers. So again, the letters of what Arab is ya and nun, uni, and of course it is mudaf ilayh, so it is genitive. Okay, waliyul mu'mineen, the wali of the believers. Is that clear? Okay. Next one. Qawmul kafirin. Of course, before I say waliyul mu'mineen, there's a typo there. Okay, there should not be dummatain on nun. Why? Can somebody answer the question why it should not be dummatain on nun?
Of wali?
Right, yes, waliyul mu'mineen.
Because of the article al.
Exactly, Assam. They cannot be tanween and article together, right? So there is a typo there. You see that it says Wallahu wali mu'mineen nun. That's not correct. It should be just mu'mineen, no? Because it is already alif lam. Once alif lam comes, tanween disappears, right? This is the first lesson we did quite earlier. So that is a typo there, okay? In that number 2. In this book, there's a typo there. Okay. And then now we come to Qawmul Kafirin. What are the letters of what Arab? What are the signs of Arab here?
Yeah, I know.
Ya sakin and nun, right? Kafirina. Ya sakin and nun. And again, is this accusative or genitive?
Genitive.
Yes. Why?
مضاف إليه.
Ahsan. Qawmul Kafirin. You can see. No, the community of disbelievers. Again, of. Mudaf, right? Possessive. Qawmul Kafirin. the people or the community or the folk of disbelievers, right? Qawmul Kafirin. Good. Annani. Okay, this is again. An-Nabiyyu. Oh, sorry, yeah, correct. An-Nabiyyu awla bil mu'minin. An-Nabiyyu awla bil mu'minin. So what are the signs? What are the letters of Arab here?
Yeah, second and no.
Again, yeah, ya sakin and nun. All this case, right? Because you can see. Now, is this genitive or accusative?
Genitive again,
Why it is genitive?
because of the preposition ba.
Because the purpose of ba, bil mu'minin. An-Nabiyyu awla bil mu'minin. You know what does it mean? Anybody knows the meaning of this sentence? An-Nabiyyu
Prophet is the guardian of the mu'minin.
awla bil mu'minin. All of you are Shias. Remember, this is, yes, go ahead, say Yasmin.
The Prophet has greater authority over the mu'mineen, the
Believers,
believers.
yeah,
than
awla.
themselves.
Prophet has a greater authority over believers, over their lives, over their properties. If Prophet was to be here just now, and says to me that Hasnan, your house is now, is to be given for charity or be used for example, for Islam, I would not have any right to object because he has a high authority over believers, Prophet. And Nabi, of course, he will explain, he will be fair, but just trying to say that the authority of the Prophet, right? He has the authority over us and also our lives. If he says that tomorrow you have to go and defend, but I don't have any excuse. Immediately I have to go, right? Because an-Nabiyyu awla bil mu'minin. A prophet has, and this is also on the day on the time the Ghadir, he also said, right? That am I not have authority over you? And they said yes. After asking them that when I not have authority over you, they said yes. Then he said that no, man kuntu mawla fa'adha. So if you believe me that I have the authority, I'm your master, in the same way Ali also is your master. This is how Prophet knows this. So Nabiyyu awla bil mu'mineen.
So is it again?
Okay, number 5. Raytul munafiqina. What are the signs of what are the letters of Arab?
Yes.
Ya, sakin, and nun fatha, right? Munafiqina. Now, is this accusative or genitive? Yes, yes. Go ahead, Sister Saima.
I just had a question, sorry, real quick. Just wanted to make sure because you know in the slide that you always put.
Oh, I thought you were answering the question.
Okay.
First of all, answer the question. Is this accusative or genitive?
This is going to be genitive
How?
because the article.
No,
It's accusative.
it is accusative. Why?
Oh, it's direct object.
Yeah, direct object. Raytul munafiqina. You saw the hypocrites, right? So direct object. Yes, Raytul munafiqina. Ra'ayta, you saw it, Ra'ayta al-munafiqina, the hypocrites, right? So here munafiqin is accusative, is the object of what verb Ra'ayta, right? Yes, now what is the question, Mr. Saima?
So you know on the slide that we always have the essential definitions, in that slide where it talks about the there's this part in the slide which talks about the signs of I'rab, and it says that the sound plurals, in the sound plurals, the accusative is indicated by ya and noon, as in mu'mineen or muslimina.
Yes, that's correct, yeah.
Yeah, and then it would be fatha. They would have the I'rab of fatha in the accusative, of course, case, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, like in example 4, like in the lesson on page 84, where it says bil mu'minina, wouldn't bil mu'minina? Oh no, that's mu'minini.
Yeah, why? Yasaki nun fatha again, right?
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
the ya sakin and fatha is a sign of i'rab, but is it supposed to technically be fatha instead, sorry, is it supposed to be accusative and not genitive?
Even if it was genitive, it's still mu'minin. See, the point we are discussing since last, even that homework, we're discussing that in this case, accusative genitive has the same signs of error. We have to see the context to know whether it's accusative or genitive. So whether it was accusative or genitive, it will still be mu'minin. It will still be munafiqeen. Okay, no difference. There is nominative, which is munafiqun, muslimun, mu'minun. These are nominative, right? In accusative and genitive, it is mu'minin, munafiqeen, what muslimin. Okay, it is all accusative or genitive. But now we are trying to find out, is this accusative genitive, looking at the context. So in this case is ra'ayt al-munafiqina, because it's object, it is an accusative. Are you all with me? So
Yeah.
it will not, the spelling of mu'minin or munafiqeen or muslimin or mursaleen, in all these cases, accusative genitive, the spelling will be same. Ya sakin nun fatha, ending. Okay, these are the sign of error. But we have to see the context to be able to find whether it is accusative or genitive.
And this is only because it's in the plural, because of the ya nun, only because
Yeah,
of that.
exactly. Yeah. These are,
Otherwise,
yeah,
if it was
plural.
not plural, it would have either the fatha or the kasra, and that would be our indicators.
Yeah, if it was not plural, then it's just for the kasra, exactly. Yeah. But because it is plural, sound plural, right? It sound plural. Mu'minun, mursalun, these are all sound plural, sound plural. So this is wow and nun, or ya sakin and nun. Okay, are you with me? So we go to next one. Khalakas samawati. What are the letters of Arab?
Alif and ta.
Alif and Ta. Okay, letters of Arab, Alif and Ta, samawati. Now, is this accusative or genitive?
Accusative,
Very good, accusative. Why?
direct object.
Direct object, yes, simple as that. Khalakas samawati, right? You see, then fi yawmain, in 2 days. Fi yawmain. First of all, what are the signs of Arab?
Ya sakin and nun.
Exactly. Ya sakin and nun, you can see. Fi yawmain, ya sakin and nun, right? Now, is this accusative or genitive?
Genitive.
It's genitive.
Genitive.
Genitive. Why?
Because of the fee there.
Because of fi.
Because of preposition fi, yeah, Hassan, fi yawmain, right? You see. So I'll do till 10 and then we'll go to the next slide, because I don't want to miss out what we're prepared for next lesson. Sanadzia shakirin. Sanadzia shakirin. We are indeed going to remunerate or give jaza, reward those who are grateful. Allah says, Sanadzia shakirin. It's a beautiful message from the Quran. Whenever you are grateful, Allah has promised reward for that. Sanadzia shakirin. Now, what is first of all the sign of Arabia?
Yeah.
Ya sakin and nun.
Yeah, yasakin nun fatha, right? In all these cases, right? Because these are yasakin and. Now, is this accusative or genitive? Please, others people should participate. Try others to. Is this accusative or genitive? Okay, anybody can answer.
Accusative?
Is it?
What is it, accusative or genitive?
Accusative,
Accusative.
Accusative, why?
direct object.
Direct object.
Direct object, yes. So let's just shock. We are going to reward the grateful people. So, you know what is object, right? This is object. There is a doer of the work, which is subject. There's action, and there's an object. So, we are going to reward the shakirin. So Allah is saying we, that means he's the subject. Reward is the verb, and the object. Who will be rewarded? The grateful people, right? So this is the object. Object is what the action is being done. So sanadzia shakirin, we are going to reward the grateful people. So here shakirin is the object of sanajji, and that's why it is accusative. Yes, Sister Saima? Samina, go ahead.
Yeah.
Samina, go ahead.
Number 5 is accusative and object, direct object, and number 6 is genitive and direct object. So is
Yes.
it because of the fatha and kasra?
Yes. Fatha and ta kasra. Fatha and ta kasra is the sign of i'rab. It's not the cause of it. It's a sign of i'rab. See, sign of i'rab is that means if you look at something to tell you that this is, for example, if it was not, if it was just as we said, the signs of i'rab here. Look at the lesson earlier. You can see the simplest form of i'rab is what fatha kasra dhamma, right? So once you find fatha kasra dhamma or fatha tain kasra dhamma tain, you know that one is marfu, one is what mansub, and one is majzur, right? But then we said i'rab also sometimes indicated by either letters, waw nun, ya nun, alif nun. Okay. So just now, many cases there will be what in this case is this. You can see this, and then of course the same lesson continues. We said also that it also feminine nouns ending with alif ta is nominative, and then no, the kasra is, for example, the feminine nouns ending with kasra ta is either accusative or genitive. Do you see? So this is it we are doing. So the signs of i'rab are 3. One is simple, just fatha, dhamma, kasra, right? The second is alif, nun, ya nun, and waw nun. And the third case is alif and ta kasra. Okay. Yes, Sister Samina.
Sorry, so it's genitive, that one, number 6? You
Okay,
said,
so now we finish. So number 9, okay. Alladhina yattabi'una ash-shahawat.
Is
Number 9. Alladhina yattabi'una ash-shahawat.
Is alif and ta,
So what is part of the signs of i'rab?
alif and ta.
Alif and ta kasra. Ahsan, alif and ta kasra. Okay, now let us say, is it genitive or accusative?
It's accusative
Ahsan, it's accusative. Why?
because it's an object.
Yeah, direct object. Alladhina yattabi'una ash-shahawat. Those who follow their desires, right? Alladhina yattabi'una ash-shahawat. Those who just follow their whims and desires instead of following Allah or reason or no intellect, they follow the shahwat, just liking, right? So directly, yes. Okay, the last example we'll do today, we want to continue the next slide, is fi khalqis samawati. So what are the signs of i'rab?
Alif and ta.
Alif and ta kasra, right? So, okay. Is this accusative or genitive?
Accusative.
Genitive.
Genitive. Why?
مضاف إليه.
Yeah, mudaf alayh. Fi khalqis samawati, in the creation of the heavens. Khalqis samawati, you can spell. First of all, khalqi has kasra because of fi, preposition, right? But khalqus samawati, if there was no fi, you say khalqus samawati. No, the creation of the heavens. So again, is a mudaf ilayh. Okay. Any questions from this 10 what we have done? There is one check. Let me check. Was number 6 genitive? The answer is yes. No, number 6 was accusative. Khalaqas samawati.
yes, okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, number 6 was accusative, not genitive. Khalaqas, that is a verb, khalaqa. But here, khalqis samawati is khalq is not a verb. Khalq is creation of the heavens. So it is genitive. Okay. So again, those who are noting, you can just put the what in your book. Number 1 is genitive. Number 2 is genitive. Number 3 is genitive. Number 4 is genitive. Number 5 is accusative. Number 6 is accusative. Number 7 is genitive. Number 8 is accusative. Number 9 is accusative. And number 10 is genitive. Yes, Sister Saima and this Brother Ali. Yes, go ahead.
I just want to make sure, like, I know we don't have time to cover the whole worksheet, but are there answers to this worksheet? If we want to just do it ourselves and make sure we got it right.
Yeah. So from 11 to 22, you'll do it, next week.
Oh,
And if you have any questions, either you can send me your answers, or if you have questions, I'll answer in class. 11 to 12. We did 10 together, right? I can do all 22, but then we won't be able to go to the next lesson. This is the only reason. Yes, Brother Ali?
this is going to be our homework eventually, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
Oh, I was just going to ask about number 15.
15? Okay. Watlu alayhim naba ibn Adam. Good. Watlu alayhim naba ibn Adam. Okay. So here, first of all, what is the signs of Arab?
Yeah.
It is
Fatah?
no. Signs of Arab here is very tricky. I'm glad that Brother Ali asked this. But here the sign of Arab is only Ya Sakin, Noon is missing. You see, it is this case. Let me tell you, go back. Let me go back. See here it is what it says. Do you see this thing? We said that no, when dual or plural noun is mudaf, then the noun of Arab is dropped. Okay. So here is watlu, relate to them, watlu alayhim, or prophet relate to them. Naba, the event of Ibn Adam. So it was Ibn Adam. That means it relate to them the sons, the story of the sons of Adam. Okay. So it was Ibn Adam. But what has happened because Ibn Adam, because no, it is mudaf, Ibn is mudaf, the noon has disappeared, as you can see here. Here you can see point number 3 in this slide, right? So this noon is, so here the sign of Arab is only noon sakin, Ibn Adam. And of course, Ibn Adam here is mudaf ilayh, Ibn Adam. So this will be mudaf ilayh, Ibn Adam. So it will be mudaf will be genitive. Did I answer your question, Ali?
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Sister Saima?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to lower it.
So I'm closing this chapter 23, lesson 23. So remaining 11 to 22, if you have time, please, this will be your homework. So try to find what are the signs of Arab, first of all, no signs of Arab, no, the letters of Arab here, and what is the reason for that? No, is it genitive, accusative? Try to find out. If you can do this all 22, understanding, you understood the concept well. You know, as I told you that these are the advanced lessons on noun, and that's why it's getting difficult. But inshallah, once we finish this unit 1, okay, then we'll get into the second unit, which is just verb. Will be easier again. But these are the last few lessons. This and 24 and lesson 25, right? And then of course lesson 26. These are the advanced lessons of noun. Okay, verbal noun. Lesson 26 is last. So page 98 is the last one finishing this unit. Okay, but I understand these are a little complicated, but you should understand because we have built we have built all those bricks before, right? Foundation. So we go to the next lesson, which is 24. Okay, here is lesson 24. So you can see the nouns sometimes can be changed, and there are nouns cannot be changed. So unchangeable, mabni, that means bana, right? Bana is a what? Is a form. For example, bana means what is a foundation, right? Mabni, for example, house knows mabni, right? So mabni, that means it is unchangeable. It is whatever the case is there, whether there is preposition, whether it is object, whether it is subject, whether it is mudaf ilayh, it will not change. Unchangeable. Nothing is going to affect it. Nouns stay in original forms. That is, they do not change, whether they are subjects, objects, or preceded by preposition. It will just not change. It will stay as it is. So these are some examples. Huwa, whom, dhalika, ulaika, alladhi, allati, Musa, Isa, Huda, right? These are some of the nouns. They, irrespective whether they are preceded by preposition, whether they are object, or whether they are mudaf ilayh, it will stay as it is. And the examples here it is now see. Inna fi hadha labalagan liqawmin abidin. You can say inna fi hadha. Do you see fi? What is fi?
Is
Preposition, right? What is preposition supposed to do? It's supposed to bring kasra, right? Genitive, right? Fi kitabin. No? But here it is fi hadha. Do you see? Fi hadha labalagan. You see? So it is. This haza you can see is mabni. It doesn't change. Now before that, for example, although haza is a pronoun, of ishara pronoun, relative, but still it doesn't change. In fi haza balagan liqawmin abidin. You can see lam. Do you see this lam? This is position. Because of lam, it became qawmin. Do you see? And Qawmin Abidin, again, Abidin here is genitive because of present by Ya Sakin Nun because of Mudaf Mudaf. Qawmi Abidin, no, the what community of the worshippers. So Inna fi hadha lebalagan liqawmin abidin. Indeed, in this is a message for people of worshippers, community of worshippers, the folk of worship, right? Then you can say Inna haulai layakuluna. Inna. What is inna supposed to do? Inna is supposed to do what?
Control.
Bring the accusative, right? Inna Allah. Remember we said Inna Allah wa malaikatahu, right? Inna Allah, right? It's not Inna Allahu, Inna Allah, right? So, but here you can see Inna haulai. Haulai is as it is. It doesn't change because of Inna. You see, so these are known as mabni. These are certain nouns. They don't get affected by being an object or subject or preposition or mudaf ilayh. No, it will stay firm. No, it does not lose its original form. It's very very firm. Are you with me? So inna haulai lekun. It doesn't say inna haula. No, it is just haulai. Although inna is supposed to bring about accusative. Remember we did all these cases. Also inna is one of them. We see the between them. Inna Allah, for example, no, ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah, no, innaka, so but not innak, but not, for example, inna Allah, inna aliyan, waliyullah, right? Yes. Is the same avoid?
Sorry, for hada, it was supposed to be hadi. I mean, it should have been hadi, but
No, hazi also is mummy, but that is for feminine. Haza is masculine, hazi is feminine.
so what makes it how do we know that's one of those unchangeable ones? The hada again?
How do you know it's unchangeable? Because as I said, there are certain words. There are certain words here. We've given a few examples. There are certain words we do not change. But we know that this is mabni because you can see fi has not affected haza.
Okay.
And if you make it hazihi, it changes. Hazi is different than haza. Haza is masculine, hazi is feminine.
If it was a
Hazi is hazi not because of preposition.
I see, okay.
Okay.
If it was a changeable noun, it would have been
Hazi, yeah, it will change. Yeah, exactly. It will be affected by fi. If it is changeable, yeah. Okay, and same again now, next name. Wafi Musa, you see. Musa again is a name which does not change on account of preposition. Musa is the original name. We don't say Wafi Musi. For example, if it was Musa Muhammad, we say Wafi Muhammadin. Then we can say Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. You see? So Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin, because Allah is a preposition, becomes Muhammadin. Original was Muhammadun, but became Muhammadin. But here, fi does not say make it Musi, it's still Musa. Are you with me? So these are known as nouns which cannot change. Okay, mabni, fi Musa. Any questions about this? Is that clear? Yeah. There are certain words. Of course, these words are not exhaustive. These are just examples. There are many like this, but these are some of the examples. Huwa, hum, dhalika, ulaika, allazi, allati, Musa, Isa, Hadda, right? All these things, they are mabni. That means they are firm. They do not get changed on account of being subject or object or mudaf ilayh or preposition. No, it will not change. Any questions? Then we go to second. There are those which are changeable. So they are known as mu'arrab. These are known as mabni. Okay, but these are known as mabni. But there are certain, which are, for example, known as mu'arrab. That means they can change. Mu'arrab, that means they can bring about changes, right? Nouns can either be fully changeable, munsarif, or ghair munsarif. Or, for example, it is partly changeable, partly or partially. Authors uses the word partly, but or partially is the correct word, not partially changeable. So here it is, for example. You can see this can be changed. So, for example, in our book, if you open our book, lesson 24, right? In our book, she has given the example of nu, right? Frog. You can see. She has given the example of nu. So if you go to page lesson 24, and she's given the example of this, munsarif, she's page 88, right? You can see. Iskana lahum akuhum nuhun. But arsalna nuhan. No, Qawm Nuhin. Do you see? So Nuhun, Nuhan, Nuhin. Do you see it changes? This is known as fully changeable. Okay, Nuhun, Nuhan, Nuhin. Right? I would deliberately give other examples besides what is appears in the book. So I'll give an example of Saleh and Hud. You can see. وَقَالُوا يَا صَالِحُ ائْتِنَا بِمَا تَعِدُنَا إِن كُنْتَ مِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. Ya Salih. You can see. So Salihu, you can see, is marfu, right? There is dhamma. And here it is وَإِلَى ثَمُودَ أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا. Do you see? So this is accusative, صَالِحًا. مِثْلَ مَا أَصَابَ قَوْمَ نُوحٍ وَقَوْمَ هُودٍ. Right? وَقَوْمَ صَالِحٍ. You see. So Salihin here is genitive. You see. So this is nominative Salihu. Salihan is accusative. And here Salihin is genitive. You see. So this is example of Salih. Another example is of Hud. Here Hudin is genitive. Qawma Hudin, people of Hud. Qawma Nuhin. Right? Here say وَإِلَىٰ عَادٍ أَخَاهُمْ هُودًا. Here Hudan is accusative. That means to people of Ad, we send them their brother Hud as a messenger. So here Hud is object, Hudan. Right? قَالُوا يَا هُودُ. This is Hud is what nominative. Oh Hud, Ya Hudu. Ma ji'tana bayinatu ma nahnu bitariki ahadithina. Okay, so this is fully changeable. These words are fully changeable. Also included here is Muhammad example. Muhammad can be Muhammadun, Muhammadin, and Muhammadan. In the same way, Aliyun, Aliyin, Aliyan. For example, you can say Aliyun Waliyullah. We say that Ashhadu anna Aliyan wasu Aliyan Waliyullah. We say Aliyun Waliyullah is what nominative, but Ashhadu anna Aliyan Waliyullah. Because of Anna, it becomes accusative, right? And we can say Shiyatu Aliyin. So if we say that Nahnu Shiyatu Aliyin, we are the Shias of Aliyin. So Nahnu Shiyatu Aliyin, Aliyin is genitive, right? Ashhadu anna Aliyan Waliyullah. Aliyan is accusative because of Ashhadu anna. No, and Aliyun Waliyullah is nominative. Yes, Samusarat?
Again, if the Iraq is different, if you pronounce it differently.
Can you say loudly? I can't hear.
If the Iraq we change it, does the meaning change of that word?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question. Can you repeat it?
For example, if you say Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah instead of
Muhammadan, not Muhammadun. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan.
For example, Muhammadur Rasulullah. So
Yeah.
if we say Muhammadur, does it change?
No, meaning doesn't change. It's grammatically wrong.
Wrong, huh? Okay.
Yeah, grammatically. Meaning doesn't change. Ashhadu anna, because of anna, it becomes Muhammadan. The meaning does not change, yeah. Okay, so that was fully changeable. Yes, Sister Samina?
Do we need to know why it is changing?
Indeed, yes. That is most important. That's where the rule comes, right? You should know why it is changing because that's where the rule comes. If you know the rules, then you know that why it is changing. If you don't know why it changes and you still know it is changeable, then fine, you can do. But if you know why it is changing, it's good because then it will help you, right, to understand. And that's where the grammatical rules come. Because mind you, that in Quran, there are Arab, that means there are Fatah Kasra. But if you read the Arabic news or Arabic paper, for example, or books, there are no Fatah Kasra. So in that case, you have to apply your grammatical rules to say it correctly. Okay. Any other questions? So it is 9:46. No, Brother Ali will just share with you. He has contacted the publisher of this book, which we are using, Quranic Made Easy. In another 3 lessons, we are going to finish Unit 1 and start Unit 2, inshallah. So he has today called the publisher and he has input. What did the publisher say if you need to buy the book? Bismillah. You can just unmute yourself.
Yeah, so I contacted them. I asked them if they had a digital copy, an ebook that they can share. They don't have that currently. They're under negotiation with another vendor, so they're working out the licensing and whatnot. So they do have hard copies if we want to buy it. If we go to their website, I can just paste it in the chat here, just a sec. So if you go to their website, you'll see that it's available. It's about $16 US. If you're interested, we could get it for 25% off. I can contact them, get a coupon code, share it with everybody on this course, and then you can use that code. You can get 25% off, so it'll be about $12 US plus any tax and shipping. So
thank you. So you can see it is $12 plus tax and shipping. Alternatively, also those who are in Canada, you can get from Amazon at 23 Canadian dollars plus shipping. But if you order 2 books, so it will be $46, right? So once it is more than $35, the shipping becomes free. In the same way, maybe in the US also, I didn't check what US, but in the Canada, Amazon.ca, the price is 23 Canadian dollars. Amazon.com, I'm not sure, somebody can check just now. What is the price? But Amazon.ca has a price $23 per copy. But if 2 of you, for example, are living, like we've got Sister Yasmin and Sister, for example, Sana or Sister Huda, right? They are all in Canada, for example. So if you order together, so shipping becomes free, and then it will be even almost the same price of $12, $12 US plus shipping and everything. But the bottom line is, Brother Ali said that he tried to get a digital copy, they could not. And I tried to find also online, I could not find it, the digital copy besides Unit 1. So since we are going to continue this lesson, time has come for you. Time has come for you to now invest in the book, textbook. No. Any questions? Okay. So again, as far as these slides will be, I'm going to send it to Brother Ali. He's going to just I'll email him inshallah just now only. He's going to immediately post on our group, so you have immediately the slides. But the homework is, as we said, you go to page 84 and 85 of our book, and we've done the first 10, so 11 to 22. If you can just try to find the letters of Arab and why, what has made them, whether it's accusative or genitive. Try to do that now. Any questions?
Yeah, from 11 to 22 you have to do, right?
Sorry?
The homework from 11 to 22 on page 85.